Hey, Sarah. I've been thinking about how tough it can be when you're out there looking for a job. Like that feeling of sending out resumes and just waiting. It makes you feel so anxious, right? Almost like you're stuck in this endless loop.
Oh, Maurice, yeah, I totally get that. It's like your stomach twists every time you check your email, hoping for a reply, but getting nothing. I've been there, and it hits you emotionally, Makes you doubt yourself a bit.
Exactly. And that's why today we're chatting about finding a job. It's such a real life thing everyone goes through, and talking about it can really help with improving our English speaking and listening skills. You feel more confident when you practice these conversations naturally.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like when you're learning English, hearing friends talk about job hunts helps you pick up those everyday phrases. It's not just words, it's building fluency through real stories. So, where do we start with this topic?
Well, honestly, let's think about the situation first. Finding a job usually starts with figuring out what you want? Like, do you go for something in your field or just anything to pay the bills? It can be overwhelming at the beginning.
Right. I remember when I was fresh out of school, I didn't even know where to look. Job websites, friends' recommendations, it's like a puzzle. And for beginners learning English, practicing how to talk about this can make interviews less scary.
One big problem people face is not having enough experience. Companies say entry level, but then want years of work. It's frustrating. Makes you feel like you're never good enough.
I get what you're saying, Maurice. That happened to me once. I applied for a simple office job and they asked for all this experience I didn't have. It knocked my confidence down. Emotionally, it's tough to keep going after rejections.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's the language barrier if English isn't your first language. Like writing a resume or cover letter in English, it's hard to express yourself clearly without mistakes. That adds extra stress, right?
Yeah, exactly. For our viewers who are beginner English learners, that's a common issue. But talking about it like this helps improve communication skills. What about the interviews? Those can be nerve wracking, especially if you're not fluent yet.
True, Maurice. I felt so nervous in my first interview. My mind went blank and I stumbled over words. It's like you prepare but then freeze. People often face that problem of not knowing how to answer, "Tell me about yourself," naturally.
That reminds me of a time when I practiced with a friend. It helped a lot. But another problem is the waiting game after applying. Days turn into weeks, and you start feeling hopeless. It's emotional. Like, why aren't they calling?
I understand completely. And for folks improving their English listening, hearing these stories can make it easier to relate. What do you think about networking? Sometimes people don't know how to connect with others, and that holds them back.
Right. Networking feels awkward at first, like going to events or reaching out on LinkedIn. If your English speaking isn't strong, it's intimidating. But it's a key part of finding opportunities, honestly.
Yeah, and cultural differences too. In some places, jobs come through family or friends, but here it's more formal. That confuses a lot of people new to the job market.
Exactly, Sarah. So let's talk solutions. One thing is to start small. Update your resume with simple English sentences, like, I worked as a cashier for 2 years. Keep it clear and honest.
That makes sense, and practice reading it out loud to build fluency. For problems like lack of experience, maybe volunteer or take online courses. It shows you're proactive. Yeah, I did that once. Volunteered at a local event. It gave me something to talk about in interviews. Emotionally, it boosted my confidence too. Viewers, if you're facing this, try it. It helps with English communication as well.
Absolutely. For the language part, watch videos like ours to improve listening. Then role play interviews with a friend. Say things like, I'm interested in this job because it feels more natural over time.
Right, and don't forget to tailor your applications. Research the company and use their words in your cover letter. It solves the problem of generic resumes that get ignored.
I get that. What about dealing with rejections? That's a big emotional hurdle. I think telling yourself it's not personal helps. Like, okay, this wasn't the right fit, but the next one might be.
Yeah, honestly, I felt the same once after a string of no's, but I kept a journal of what I learned from each. It turned negatives into positives. Builds resilience and better English skills through reflection.
That reminds me of my own experience. After college, I applied to 20 jobs and got only 2 interviews. I was so down. But then I joined a job search group. Talking with others improved my speaking confidence a lot.
Oh, Sarah, that's inspiring. Sharing experiences like that makes learning English feel less lonely. For our audience, think about your own job hunts. Comment below what problems you've faced. It'd be great to hear.
Yeah, exactly. And practice saying sentences like, "Can you tell me more about the role?" It's useful daily life English for interviews.
True. Let's try a natural conversation example. Imagine I'm the interviewer. Why do you want this job? How would you answer, Sarah?
Well, I'd say I've always been passionate about helping people, and this customer service role lets me do that while using my skills. Plus, I love the company's focus on community.
Nice. That sounds genuine. Now, if I were applying, I want this job because it matches my experience in sales, and I'm excited to grow with your team. See, viewers, simple emotional responses work best.
Right, and add a personal touch. Like in my last job, I handled tough situations, which taught me patience. It shows you're real, not just reciting lines.
Yeah, I understand. Another example, when asking questions, say, what does a typical day look like? It shows interest and practices your listening.
Exactly. For solutions to networking, start with, "Hi, I saw your post on LinkedIn. I'd love to chat about your career path." It's friendly and builds connections.
That worked for me. I messaged someone and it led to a job tip. Emotionally, it felt empowering. Viewers, try practicing these sentences out loud to improve fluency.
Absolutely. And remember, job finding isn't just problems. There are wins too, like that moment you get an offer. It's such a relief.
Oh, yeah. I remember my first job offer. I was so happy. I called my family right away. Sharing those highs helps balance the lows.
True, Maurice. What you said earlier about practicing, it's key for English learners. It turns anxiety into confidence.
Right. Let's think about remote jobs too. With more online work, knowing how to say, I'm comfortable with virtual meetings is useful.
Yeah, but problems like tech issues doing interviews, ugh. Solution, test your setup beforehand. Simple fix, but it saves stress.
I get what you're saying. Once my internet cut out mid-call, embarrassing, but I laughed it off and rescheduled. Shows resilience.
That makes sense. Personal experiences like these make conversations real. Viewers, share in the comments what's your biggest job search challenge. We'd love to know.
Yeah, and how has practicing English helped you? Maybe try speaking one of these sentences in your next practice session.
Exactly. It's all about building that natural flow.
Thinking back, when I was struggling, I listened to podcasts on job tips. It improved my listening without feeling like a lesson.
Oh, that's a good idea. Similar to our channel, learning through chats like this.
Right. For salary talks, a tough problem. People fear asking for what they deserve. Solution, research averages and say, based on my skills, I'm aiming for around this amount.
Yeah, honestly, I was nervous once, but practicing the phrase helped. It felt empowering.
That reminds me of a friend who negotiated and got more. Small wins add up.
True. And for cultural gaps, learn phrases like, "I'm eager to learn and adapt." It shows openness.
Exactly. Viewers, if you're A2 level, start with simple sentences. It'll boost your communication.
Yeah. Another problem, burnout from searching. Take breaks, go for walks. It refreshes you emotionally.
I understand. I took a day off once and ideas flowed better after.
Right. Personal story. During my search, I felt overwhelmed, but talking to friends like this eased it.
Yeah, that's why these discussions matter. Helps with English fluency too.
Absolutely. Let's recap a bit. We talked about problems like rejections, language barriers, and solutions like practicing phrases and networking.
And personal experiences show it's normal to feel emotional. You're not alone.
True. Viewers, think about your stories, comment them. Practice speaking English by sharing a sentence from today.
Yeah, like I once faced this problem when finding a job. It builds confidence.
Exactly. And remember, improving English speaking comes from these real talks.
Right. Sarah, this chat made me reflect on my own journey. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, same here, Maurice. It's always warm talking with you.
Yeah. To our viewers, if this helped, give it a like and subscribe if you want more conversations to learn English naturally.
And hit that bell icon for notifications. We'd love your thoughts in the comments. Share your job stories or practice sentences.
Absolutely. It makes us feel connected. Take care, everyone. Keep practicing